Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio. Your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Welcome back to Royally Confidential, the show that takes you behind palace gates, through leading headlines and highlights places and people, the real gems of London and the UK. We're spotlighting the wonders that make Britain really unforgettable while giving our waning tourism industry a much needed boost. I'm your host, Helena Chard, broadcast journalist and royal expert based right here in the heart of London. And today's episode is a right royal dressing up. And joining me as always from across the pond is the talented, luminous, award-winning author, humanitarian and creative, a real great spark and inspiration to all. Let's welcome Diann Floyd Boehm to the show.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. Thank you for that beautiful intro. At first, I wasn't quite sure who you were talking about.
You as always. You are so talented, Diann, and the most amazing books. And it's great that you're going to meet Claire Coppeston shortly, who is our guest for today, who will be coming on a bit later in the show. Another talented author and a woman that's, is amazing at everything she does. So lovely to see you. I think let's just kick off with a fun fact. I think is what we always do, isn't it? So, yeah. Okay, Diann, brace yourself. This is quiz time.
Oh dear.
So, which of these iconic landmark buildings is taller? So we've got London's infamous Big Ben.
Okay, that's tall.
And we have also, or the USA's Statue of Liberty.
Oh my goodness.
What do you think? Quiz time.
I've seen both of them. They're huge. So I'm going to go with the Statue of Liberty. Dun, dun, dun,
dun. Dun, dun, dun. On this occasion, unfortunately, do you know there's not much in it? So you're half a winner, I'd say. So the Statue of Liberty is actually 93 meters, which is 305 feet, sorry. And the Statue of Liberty is the Statue of Liberty is 93. So Big Ben is 96. So there's really very little difference between it, which is amazing. So it's pretty incredible, really. But just to say that, just a few little facts, that Big Ben is actually the name of the Great Bell, which is inside, in fact, the Elizabeth Tower. So we address the whole thing really as Big Ben, but it is the Elizabeth Tower and Big Ben. Not, if you get that. It's based in Westminster and it represents British culture, history and tradition. And obviously the Statue of Liberty is on Liberty Island in New York Harbor and represents freedom, democracy and opportunity. So
there you go. That's a very interesting fact about the bell. I did not know that. That is actually Elizabeth Tower and Big Ben. Yeah.
I don't think most people would know about it. And of course, if we just said the Elizabeth Tower, no one would know what we were talking about. So
but we all know Big Ben.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Diann, today we're going to be diving into the world of royal fashion and exploring all the fascinating stories and particular dress codes worn by the royal family, their staff and guests.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, but to begin with, let's touch on this month's state visit from the US to the UK. I think we should spotlight it. This is the official state visit. And obviously a right royal dressing up is exactly what you'd expect from a state visit to Windsor Castle. Did you see it?
Absolutely. And I've watched it again on YouTube, and you guys know how to put on a show. It was amazing. And I want to know what those horses eat. They're the most beautiful horses in the world.
Aren't they? I mean, they really are. Oh gosh, they're kept so well. And they're just like, I mean, I know that we always love talking about connecting the UK and the US. And it's certainly, shining a light on all these wonderful, wonderful events. What did you think? Now, I'm talking about fashion. So obviously the President and First Lady of the United States, it was a real grand affair and pomp and ceremony and hospitality and all the guards of honor and all the fun things. And I think Trump must have been feeling very proud and special, which is great news. I mean, I've got some little snapshots of things which I think worked well, as in clothing wise. I think really it's the banquet, which is the perfect setting, is Windsor Castle for the banquet. And obviously everyone was wearing these special outfits, and you've got the traditional royal outfits that I think are always quite suited to the events. And I think my favourite was the Princess of Wales. She wore that long sleeve mock
beautiful
gown. Wasn't it beautiful? Philippa Lepley, and it was like intricate gold lace detail, along with the lover's tiara and everything. And we had Prince William with his standard Windsor tailcoat and all his formal decorations. And I'm bringing in about male fashion because my male friends always say, "Oh, you always talk about women's fashion, and you never talk about the men's fashion." So, on these official state banquets, you will always have the official outfit, which tends to be that Windsor tailcoat. Have we got picture 1 and 1.1 to show just the look? We've got those.
And which look would that? Who's wearing those clothes that we're going to be seeing?
So 1 and 1.1. That's Prince William and Princess Catherine.
So that one we're showing.
As it was showing, I've actually lost the view, so I do.
Okay, no, we're looking right at it.
Yeah, so it's really, I just think, Princess Catherine's outfit, I just love that dress. The shape of it is very much like, I think, her wedding dress, in fact, but I think she looked absolutely beautiful.
Gorgeous. She would look pretty in a paper sack, but she's stunning. And I'm a lace girl. And did they make that in my size? As if I could afford it.
And obviously, King Charles as well was wearing his formal, white tie as well, which is the same with royal decorations and miniature medals. And we had Camilla in her blue Fiona Clare outfit. Trump was in a formal black sort of tuxedo tails, and then we had Melania in her yellow dress.
Yes,
yellow dress with lavender belts. And we actually have a picture as well,
it's showing.
Oh, brilliant! And that's, I have to say, Melania's. I don't know what to say about Melania's dress. I'm not sure where it's from. I mean, she certainly stands out. She's got off the shoulder dress, and it's bright yellow and the lavender belt. But I think the thing that really stands out about that picture as well is the silent message that you can get, and it's obviously Ukrainian colours. Melania's wearing the yellow, and you've got Camilla in the blue, and it's almost like a subtle message. And I think that's always quite clever how the royal family do that.
It is extremely clever. And so I have to say, even though I love Melania very, very much, that would not have been my choice of yellow dresses for her.
Yeah,
because she has such a gorgeous figure, and I don't think the dress did justice to her beautiful figure.
That's what I think too, and it's a complete designer dress. I can't remember who made it, but it sort of somehow look designery. But there you go, such is life. And I just think let's just show number 3, which is a photograph, and it's the banquet photo of the of the day for me. It went viral and was really quite funny. I think it's really a caption competition, this one.
I did not see that.
Oh, I mean, it's funny, isn't it? I personally, being a photographer, I would have loved to have captured that, because it's got all that funny little expressions. It's quite sweet.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Oh, absolutely. So now moving on, so more on the subject of royal dressing up, dress codes. It's the hotly awaited exhibition at Kensington Palace. Now, this is running until the 30th of November. So obviously not that long. So advisable to get tickets quick. So the setting, it's in Kensington Palace, magnificent building, Kensington Gardens, etc. And it's a royal palace that's steeped in so much history. And I think it's home to numerous royals, but I think is most remembered really as being the home of the late Princess Diana. And it offers it's a lovely, just going to see it is just a really lovely, it's a lovely feel. I don't know, you sort of go there, and I just, when I was wandering around, I felt Princess Diana. Does that sound a bit strange? But she would live there from 1981 to 1997, and it was her first home as well for her sons, Princes William and Harry. And you've got the staterooms and various things. It's just like where fashion meets history, and every garment tells a story. It's really quite amazing. It highlights it's sort of like the monarch status and power, and again how the fashion sort of conveys messages and expresses individuality, and you can actually see it as you're wandering around. It's interesting, as you run in, you get this feeling like you're running to somewhere special, and you run up the red carpet, and then you race into the rooms, and it's just beautiful, and everything's like in glass cases. I have a small video, but I just to give a few highlights before we play it. So you've got things like Princess Diana's red suit by Jasper Conran. Now it's like a day suit, and she wore this in 1984 as her working day wear outfit. It's a vibrant sort of 80s fashion, and it was worn at an opening of a liner, and it's called Royal Princess, which is obviously her in her honour. So obviously the wool suit kept her warm, but the red ensured that she stood out. And she had anchors on the buttons. It's sort of like a nautical theme. And obviously red is normally worn to show power and strength, and as I said, stand out. And you've got, moving on as well, you've got Princess Diana's evening dress by Bruce Oldfield, and that's 1986, and she wore that to Saudi Arabia. Twinkly, but it has a high neckline and long sleeves, obviously for Saudi Arabia culture. And the most exciting, and we will see the video shortly because it's not so good when I'm talking, is the iconic green silk velvet tuxedo dress, which I think I love personally. And this is Catherine Walker, 1995. And she wore this to private family and sort of formal dinners. But I think for me, I don't know if you remember Mario Testino's photograph of her in this dress. And it was a real iconic, beautiful picture. It's when she'd found herself, and this is the style she wanted. It was feminine, but it was a mixture of masculine as well, and really, really beautiful. And you've got various things, Duke of Windsor and suits and tartan, Scottish tartan, and Princess Margaret's funky outfits. Let's show the video. And I have to say, I'm mentioning all of this. I can't see the video at the moment, but I'm hoping that everyone else can. And you'll see in there the dresses I've talked about. And just before, there's also Queen Victoria's mourning dress, which is quite amazing. And it showed her black bodice and skirt and everything, a symbol of the Queen's grief, that she actually, after her husband's passing in 1861, she wore it for over 40 years.
Oh my goodness.
So, which is incredible. And what I would say about going to this exhibition, you really see how tall everybody is, how thin everyone is, how short. For instance, Queen Victoria was 4'8" and probably was just as wide, had a huge gap. So that was really fun to see. So if we're able to watch that video, that would be great.
Here it comes. Wow, it's beautiful.
This is really, I mean, I can't see what you're looking at, but you can see it's a really lovely feeling when you're in there. You sort of feel like you're somewhere special.
Just gorgeous outfits. Oh, there's the red suit.
Yeah, there's the woolly suit and the other one. And then if you saw the tartan and of it's Edward VIII's selection of clothing, because he really enjoyed clothing. But the reason why it's interesting to talk about it is shortly we'll be just talking about a collaboration with younger people. And they design things.
So we're looking at the gorgeous red dress that Princess Diana wore. Oh, here's Queen Victoria's dress.
Honestly, it's quite funny. She looks so short and so wide. She had lots of little pockets in those corsets, and you learn a lot about people from all that time ago. She had millions of pockets.
That is funny. She's the one, isn't that helped make the brooches very popular?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Absolutely.
Cameos, to be specific, I believe.
Yeah, she's a very strong woman, and actually, her style of clothing really resonated with lots of younger people who were also part of this exhibition.
Well, just to share with you real quick, the connection again of your beautiful country and how it empowers fashion in America is that I actually have cameos from my great-grandmother and my grandma and my mom, all because they wanted to have cameos like the Queen.
Ah, I love that.
Cameos are still very big here in America, especially the brooches.
Excellent. I actually wasn't so aware of that. So that's good. There we go. Connection. Love it. Yes. So we've seen that video, haven't we? We've seen that video. Brilliant. So another part of the exhibition, which I actually found almost even more fascinating because these artists are so talented. It was a collaboration with young producers, and they were aged 14 to 17, working with the fashion and sort of music industry professionals to create new designs inspired by these royal ceremonial dress collection. And so it was like modern interpretation, I guess, of everything. And they used audio and various things. And there was one particular girl called Helena. I remember that because my name is Helena. She was really intrigued with Princess Diana's femininity, and also I think Queen Victoria. It's like the fascination with a little bit of a male feel as well, strength. She was saying then they weren't sort of frightened to restyle masculine cuts, and she actually then produced this amazing, wonderful outfit which was themed on the breasted dress that Diana wore, the Mario Testino picture one. And if we've got the video to show, which I will not be able to see, but you are my eyes, Diann. You'll see as we go through, and there's some writing on the video, which is good. Maybe it could be read out. They've used various things, like so with King Edward VIII, sorry, because not king. The tartan trousers, a wonderful outfit was made. Queen Victoria's black outfit, again, a wonderful, bold outfit was made. But as I mentioned, it was this wonderful green outfit, which she brought in her culture, Helena, which is West African. And she used the cowrie shells. Now, cowrie shells are traditionally used in West Africa to emphasize female wealth and power. So it'd be great if we can show video 5, I think it is.
Here it comes. Yay. Wow, so many gorgeous dresses.
I mean, I just think they're stunning. Not some are better than others, but you'll see the ones I mentioned. But that green one, which is like a long coat dress, but it looks like a suit. That wonderful gold hat.
That one's showing now in the blue. Wow.
Really, really stunning. And I think what's fascinating is these young people were so thrilled to be in a palace.
Mm-hmm.
They realise it's not somewhere that they would normally be working, and they enjoyed the whole history and culture of it all and felt really proud to be part of it.
I bet.
And actually in there as well, I mean, when you see the outfits they've made, I thought they were so good.
The tartan one we're looking at now, incredible. It's amazing what designers can come up with, and all being so handmade. I love the tartan, and then how they used the belt. Yeah.
Really, really clever. Stunning. So there you go. And I think
there you go.
A lot.
That's it.
Oh, is it? It's lovely to see, isn't it? And we see it today, you know, lots of old with new, and I just think it's spectacular.
It really is, and it'll be fun to hear what our guest has to say, because
absolutely.
I'm
just going to say that I'm going to move on quickly prior to Finsbury Park now. Okay. Finsbury Park is a hidden gem in North London, and it's steeped in history and natural beauty. And it's a really appropriate time to bring on our guest, Claire Coppleston, and I'll let her update you with connections to Finsbury Park, which is somewhere that I venture very regularly for my constitutional walk. So Claire is a multi-talented, inspirational individual, very much like you, Diann, and she's a former mayor with a passion for storytelling, and she supports community, and she really has dedicated her life to service. And I think let's bring Claire out.
She is here. Welcome to the show, Claire.
Welcome, Claire. Thank you so much for coming to join us.
Good evening, ladies. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Oh, and first of all, I have to say, only I know this, big congratulations. It is Claire's 25th wedding anniversary today.
Thank you.
That's special.
Incredible.
It's a special one.
It is.
It is really special. And I just, everything about you and your family and your, I don't know, is it silver? Is it the silver? Is that
yes.
The 25th wedding anniversary? Yeah, amazing. Anyway, so Claire, you're an author and storyteller, thought leader. You've written you've written a few books, but your newest book, if you're able to share with us, that would be fabulous.
Yes, of course. So I became a grandmother, and I have a little grandson called Luca, and he loves to read. And I wanted to do something that would not only inspire him and other children around his age, but also provide a little bit of a legacy and something that maybe one day he could then read to his children and so forth. So I decided to write a book. But it's a little bit about some of the memories that I hold dear to me from my childhood. And you kindly mentioned about Finsbury Park, and that was a very dear place to me growing up, because I spent many summers and half-term holidays, visiting Finsbury Park with my grandparents, and I just had so much fun. So so I wrote a book about him and the bond that we have as his grandmother and grandson, and also about our little French bulldog called Maya, because they was cheeky as each other and get up to all sorts. So I thought it'd be a nice little story to write.
It's beautiful, and the cover is absolutely gorgeous.
That's lovely. Luca, Maya and the Naughty Squirrels of Finsbury Park. Beautiful.
So and they really do have naughty squirrels in Finsbury Park, I kid you not.
They're all chasing around each other and having fun, right?
Honestly, they do. And I explained this to Helena because it was like that light bulb moment. I was walking through Finsbury Park one day, this was last year, and I was carrying some shopping, and I was literally getting stalked by these two squirrels who just wanted to jump in my bags. I was trying to walk quicker, but obviously they were way quicker than I was. And I thought, oh my God, they're so cheeky and so naughty. And I thought, I need to write a story about these naughty squirrels.
That's so adorable.
That's so adorable. Lovely. It makes me want to write a story. It's the best way to start a story, isn't it? That going on. Oh, that's lovely. So Claire, I think are you in the midst of a new book as well?
I am indeed. I'm so excited. So I love to treat all my family very equally and all the same. You know, I don't favour anybody. I like to keep it very, neutral across my family, so there's no bickering. And I was so lucky that I've just been. Let me just say this. I'm a grandmother for the second time, and my daughter has just had a baby girl. She's just turned 3 weeks old, so little Amora, and she's just so perfect. So I had pre-written a story about Amora during my daughter's pregnancy, and I've got 2 French bulldogs. So she has the other bulldog in her story, but it's a Halloween adventure, and she's the most kindest witch who loves to fly around on her broom with her French bulldog called Hugo. And instead of doing kind of magical tricks and things, she sprinkles random acts of kindness helping people through the night, and it's just such a lovely little story.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love it. Can we purchase your books on Amazon, and the people in the UK can probably purchase it in the local bookstores?
Yes, absolutely. So it is available on Amazon, and it's also available online on over 250 bookstores globally. So it's very well accessible.
Congratulations.
Yes. And can I say, Claire, you are the youngest grandmother. I mean, I have to say, I find this incredible. I do. And obviously, was there something about you had to make yourself look older on the book cover? Was it, or am I making that up?
I wanted the story to be as kind of realistic as possible in a animation style. So I sent kind of pictures to my illustrator, and the character Luca looks just like my grandson. It's brilliant, and the French bulldog does look like our French bulldog. However, we was back and forth in discussion, and when I saw the image that's supposed to be me, I thought, okay, I've aged about 30 years and I've got a bigger waist. I thought that does not look like me, and we discussed it, and it was kind of advised if it was to look like me, it might be a little bit confusing when people are trying to think about the bond between a grandparent and the grandson, because I actually looked like Luca's mother. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to lie, if we're out and people do say, oh, your little boy's lovely, or your little baby is beautiful, I just claim that they're mine.
Such a great compliment.
Interesting to make yourself. So
I love your idea of how the brim helps sprinkle kindness, because I'm very big in that, and it's great to share with young children the importance of having a kind, loving heart. So,
yes.
Yeah, I can't wait to purchase all of them.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. No, I think, it's important to talk about positive behaviours and, how we can be kind to one another. And just to kind of reiterate that throughout the story, and make it an adventure. It can be fun.
Absolutely.
And Claire, you've got so many achievements, and we can only got a certain time to fit in, but you've over 25 years expertise in mental health and dementia services. which is super admirable. Meeting of the minds there, I think. We were doing something a little while ago, weren't we? And it's meaningful engagement really for those living with dementia. And I believe you brought out a book some time ago. Is it Activity Gurus?
Yes. So writing children's books is a lot easier, I must say. But no, I did write a book about mental health, and it was basically from a professional perspective, but also from an unpaid carer's perspective as well, because I have been a professional working in mental health and dementia, but I've also been a carer to a family member, well, a few family members actually. And it's a very different experience. When you're a professional, over the years, you gain knowledge and training, and, you abide by the rules and regulations within your setting, and you know how to support somebody. But when you're caring for somebody who is a loved one, it's a very different experience. And so I wanted to reach out to people and share with them what both of those types of experiences is like, but also how to look after yourself and your own mental health. And there's lots of information in there about meaningful daily activities, how to provide stimulation in the day-to-day, so how to look after your brain health as well as your physical health, your emotional health. So it was a really thought out book to enable people just to have some support, basically.
Oh, I think that's lovely. We have got the book cover, I believe, which is book 2, I think, picture 2. We got that just to show the cover. Yes, I think.
Activity Gurus.
There we go. Congratulations on that. And I think there was another book as well, which is Successful Mothers. You want to say a few words, Claire?
Yes. So that one was. That was a special one. So myself and my best friend and work colleague, Roberta Armitage, we're different cultures. I'm, British with a British culture and background, and Roberta is from Albania with an Albanian culture and background. And we have worked together for many, many years, and we've just got the most incredible relationship. And so we wrote about women in business and what it's like to be, a working mother, and the struggles that you have to go through when you're trying to juggle work life and looking after children. It did have a mental health perspective on that, because we talked extensively about the work that we did across all communities, all cultures, variety of different diverse backgrounds. And it was such a successful read, and we got so many amazing reviews. That was a really good one. I was very proud of that.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations on all your books, and they each have something important for all of us to learn from.
Of course. And if we've got time, obviously I love the fact, so Claire Copleston is also known as Mayor Claire, which I love. It's almost like a brand name now. If she's out and about, I think people will say, "Oh, hi, Mayor Claire," which I think is so fabulous. Are you able to, because obviously it goes hand in hand as well with the show title, because you know only too well what it's like to put on your robes and
wow.
Are you able to share your time as mayor? I know it's, you're not at the now. I think you were for a couple of years mayor of Houghton Regis, was it?
Yes, I was the mayor of Houghton Regis, and I say this all the time, and I truly mean it from the bottom of my heart. It was one of the best times of my life. I loved every single minute of it. I got to meet the most amazing people. I had the most incredible time, and it was just about immersing myself into so many different community events and supporting people, because not only are you the mayor, but you also become like the head of your council as well. So you're listening to people's views, concerns, worries, you know, their needs. And, you know, I'm really passionate about helping people. So I tried to do as much as I possibly could during my time as the mayor. And I really wanted to build that kind of community cohesion. And so I went to so many events, and I collaborated with so many mayors across the whole of our county, which hasn't always been done previously. And it was just the most magical experience. And yeah, I loved every minute of it.
Amazing. Do we have any pictures that we could quickly show of Claire as mayor? Because it's such a wonderful look. And how did you feel dressed up being mayor as well?
Well, so you have different outfits, and you know, you don't get a lot of guidance on what you're supposed to wear. So and I was quite a young mayor as well, so it was kind of like, what do I feel comfortable with? I champion dignity and kindness in all that I do, both, you know, in this country and globally. I've been an advocate and a, you know, promoter of this for many, many years. So I always like to make sure that I, you know, come across dignified in how I dress. And you spoke about Princess Kate earlier, and I mean, I just adore her, and she always looks absolutely stunning and like just so classy and just beautiful. And quite a lot of the inspiration of the dresses that I had purchased and wore to formal events and things, I tried to find inspiration from what she used to wear, and take note on the length of the gowns and the dresses that she used to wear, and colours and what's in season. And it's a lot to think about. And then there's hats, because you have to wear a lot of hats for formal events, so then you have to make sure it matches with your outfit. So yeah, a lot of thought goes into it. But I would say that I'm very short, a bit like Queen Victoria, as you mentioned earlier. So I think she's
certainly not as wide, that's for sure.
No. So I think you mentioned she was 4'8". Well, I'm only 4'11", and so yeah, the regalia. So you saw me in the gown with the chains. I'm lucky it just about fitted. But it was brilliant. I mean, I did wear heels all the time, I'm not going to lie, but it's very heavy, and it's just the most proudest experience every single time that you put it on, because it's a piece of history that dates back to when the very first mayor of Houghton-Regis, you know, was selected. So that's been passed through all of the generations, and you feel that sense of historic nostalgia, and it's just the most amazing feeling. And you know, you just don't want to move, you don't want to you don't want to touch it. Oh my god. But it's such an amazing feeling, and there's a lot that goes into it. So yeah, it was just a very special experience for me that I'll always cherish.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Yes, it's such an honor. And
it is. My father is mayor, but in Cyprus.
But in Cyprus. Interesting.
Yeah. Different place. But it's been so interesting. I mean, I have to say, you've got there's so much many stories that I know that Claire could share. And I'm sure you will on our show and other shows.
Absolutely. And I just want to say, you mentioned hats, and over here in America, at least all my friends were all like, why can't we wear hats all the time? So I wear hats. I wear hats on Sunday to go to church, and bringing it back, and several women have started wearing hats, and I go in your grandma's closet or your mom's closet. So I have several of my grandmother's hats along with my mom's now, and so it's like they're with me. So I can't even imagine when you put on that historical cloak, those feelings you have of history, just feeling it in your soul. And I know we have to close in a second, but I just wanted to tell you, it's just such an honor to have you. I hope you
Thank you. And it's an honor to be in the presence of both of you. But I'm not going to lie, Diann, I do love a hat too. So we definitely have to get those hats out more often.
We do. I just add that I love a tiara. Okay?
Oh, yes.
Hats, but I'm going to move on to the tiara. Woohoo!
Yes. Who doesn't love a tiara?
Absolutely.
I've even got sparkles on my shirt today. I love a sparkle.
I know, I was admiring it and I thought, oh, I think I'm going to go to the fabric store and buy some sparkles and sew it on some of the colors of my blouses. So you've inspired.
Absolutely.
But believe it or not, Helena, we have to.
We're at the end of the show. Can you believe it? Oh my goodness!
I'm
just quickly to everyone, just a reminder to appreciate all the little things in life.
Absolutely.
Things like that, all the magic. Appreciate all the wonderful things that are around us. So thank you so much for joining us all on Royally Confidential. And basically, don't forget to tune in next time for more hidden gems.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USA Global TV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dyes. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.